It's day 3 of the jar experiment, and here's how everything's going so far. So this is the control group, or I guess it's not that great of a control since I did it about a few months ago, but it's very clear still. I think like there's the big snail. Oh, there he is. Look at him attached to the glass. And there we go, he's eating that tiny little bit of algae, that little brown stuff you can see all over the glass. So he's been living here for about a few months now. So he's the only active big life form I've seen here. Down by the bottom where there's just tiny bits of, soil. Very small worms. Oh, knocked him off. So here is the first jar. And since the last couple of days, it's cleared up a lot more. On the first day, it was very murky, but less murky than these two. And you can see that there's a lot of tiny little active life moving across everything here. And I can see almost all the way through it. It gets a little murky towards the back. The full cicada that we put in there has submerged now and is covered in all kinds of nastiness that's slowly dissolving him and digesting him. So soon he'll fall down to the bottom and become part of the soil. Here, this one's been decomposing real good. Part of its wing is off, it's stuck in the middle. There's lots of worms just all going through. You can see these tunnels that they dig. I think that's pretty cool. And up there, you can see them kind of twisting around. So those are live worms. Inside this one too, there's a lot of tiny snails. There's a snail there. Turn the thing. Oh, and here's the star of the show, who I have decided to name Gordon Big Mac Quintilius Fig Mode. For some reason, it just seems fitting. What he is a water scorpion. Now, there's a couple of problems about him being a water scorpion inside this jar ecosystem. A few problems for him and a few problems for us. One is that he's an invasive species to Maryland, so he's not supposed to be here. He's venomous and kills frogs and fish. So, that's not entirely awesome. So that's some problems for us if I release him. Problems for him though is if I keep him in the jar, he's going to starve to death and or run out of oxygen. Because he is surprisingly a oxygen breather, not a water breather. What he does is, with his biology, is he's a long kind of stick bug. And his little tip pokes out of the water right about there. And he breathes in air through that. It's like a snorkel hanging out on this stick. So, I don't think, as much as unethical as it sounds to keep it in here and not have anything to eat and might run out of oxygen, it's also unethical to bring him back out because he's invasive. So what's likely to happen for Gordon is that he's gonna slowly run out of oxygen and soon he'll die and fall to the floor and become part of the soil, and then other life forms will flourish because of that. Jar number 3. There's just a lot of stuff in here because I scooped so much dirt and so much soil and so many plants. It's not necessarily planted. I don't know how long this plant is gonna live inside the water, but right now it's still green. Here's the exoskeleton, which hasn't dissolved at all yet. And overall, I haven't seen I haven't seen a lot of life in here other than these tiny, tiny, tiny snails and some worms, and you can see their tunnels. So yeah, that's the big update. So we finally know who this guy is, the scary guy. So you can see his legs. Those are the things that were pressing up against the glass all the time, making us feel a little scared. So we know who he is. This water's clearing up. This water's remained clear. This one's also clearing up. So this one's taking a little longer to become fully clear. The reason why I think it's taken a while for it to become pretty, now you redo that again. The reason why I think it's taken a little while for it to fully clear is because there's 2 big water bugs and 1 water scorpion. So they're swimming around all the time, kicking up the dirt, making it take longer for all the dirt to fall back down. So, since I didn't film anything for day 2, here's a montage of all the cool animals that live in each of these jars.